Yeah, Jobe is being linked with the move away from Sunderland. And they're talking about him leaving for big money. And I haven't really watched Jobe Bellingham. I think I've seen one game. I think it was like Sunderland versus Newcastle, I believe, last season. And he didn't really impress me too much. But I have seen clips of him on social media scoring some bangers. So I assume he is impressing in the championship because I'm sure he's not just getting a move due to his last name, right? Like, that wouldn't really make that much sense. I think Jobe has to have some kind of potential if teams are willing to spend upwards of 20 million for him, right? Now, I'm not saying that him being Jude's brother has not helped him, but from the clips that I've seen, he looks decent. I'm not going to lie. So, I'm not surprised, especially with how his brother has been playing at Real Madrid, that a lot more attention has been placed onto Jobe. Now, they're saying Tottenham, Brentford, Crystal Palace, and I believe Dortmund are also looking at him. Now, it's going to be really hard for Jobe to get out of Jude's shadow, right? The PR that Jude has, you're always going to be known as Jude's little brother. It's going to be almost impossible for Jobe to make a name for himself without everybody just thinking, yeah, we're only talking about him because of his brother. Because let's be honest, I kind of am only talking about this transfer story because he's Jude's little brother. I'm not going to lie. You think I'm talking about any other Sunderland players that could possibly get a move? Fuck no. I can't even name you Sunderland's starting 11. But I know Jobe. So it's going to be a positive and a negative for his career because he's always going to be linked to his brother. Now, all these Premier League teams are looking at him. And I know that they're saying that Sunderland don't really want to sell him, but he may force that move. And if I was him, I'd want to leave as well. Now, Tottenham, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Dortmund. Where do you guys think he should go? Some people might say Dortmund. Some people might say Tottenham. I think if he does want to get out of his brother's shadow, maybe you don't go to Dortmund. Now, if I was him, I would go to Dortmund. I would. Because we know that Dortmund, they are a club that sell, right? They're a selling club. Let's be honest. They are a big club, but I don't really rate Dortmund like that. And I say it time and time again. They are the equivalent of human traffickers. They want to find young kids, buy them for a cheap price, and then sell them for a much higher price later. So Dortmund prioritize getting the best out of their young players. Now, they can also offer you Champions League football while playing in a top 5 league at a high level. So if I was an attacking player that was 18, 19 years old, and I was playing in England and Dortmund came in for me, I would go there. I'm going to play Champions League football, and in the Bundesliga, more eyes will be on me, and then I'll get a big move in a few seasons. I think that could work. That'd be the number one option for me if I was Jobe. On top of that, again, his brother, right? Let's be honest. Like, they have a relationship with the family. And I know that Jobe's been to games when Jude was at Dortmund, right? I saw pictures of it and everything. So I'm pretty sure that the club has probably been talking to him since Jude was there. So this might be a deal that could have been in the works for a while now. The next club that I would go to, if not Dortmund, would be Crystal Palace. I know that might surprise some people. Oh, why not Tottenham? Well, we'll talk about them in a little bit. But if I was him, Crystal Palace makes a lot of sense. Elise just left. They might lose Eze as well. Jobe could be the replacement for Eze because he plays in the same positions kind of. Actually, he kind of plays in the same positions that his brother played for Real Madrid last season, which is funny enough. Attacking midfielder, could be a CM or a center forward. But the way that Oliver Glasgow has Crystal Palace playing football, they were cooking when he came in like February last season. So if Crystal Palace are going to be playing this attacking, possession-based style of football, that would be exciting for a young player, especially one that's only at Sunderland in the championship. And if he does make that step up to the Premier League, it's going to get, well, he'll be able to showcase his game a lot more. And I think Crystal Palace give him a lot of opportunities to play because they don't have a big squad like that. So they're gonna use him, especially if they spend 20 million. Crystal Palace are not a team that just go out there and just throw money at players that don't get any opportunities. So that would make a lot of sense as well. Second option. Third option, I would say Tottenham, right? Now, the reason that Tottenham are low on just where I'd go if I was Jobe, that ranking list, is because they are never mind. Tottenham are not a big club. I was gonna say that they're a big six club. I don't really rate Tottenham like that. To me, to be considered a big club, you gotta win trophies. Tottenham don't do that. So why the hell are they talked about as one of the elite clubs in England? Like, what the fuck? They have a nice stadium, but what else do they have to show for that big ass stadium? Nothing. Dusty trophy cabinet as well, because it hasn't been touched in damn near longer than a decade. Anyways, Tottenham is low because they are a team that they will be playing in Europe, right? And Postecoglou also has a nice philosophy. They play some very attractive football. But is Jobe going to get minutes there, right? Tottenham are not necessarily looking to give youngsters minutes because they are trying to compete for top four. So I don't necessarily know how much opportunity he will get if he signs for Tottenham. That's my main thing. Now, if they were talking about him starting, then I mean, yeah, I guess Tottenham would be an attractive option, but not over Dortmund, for sure. Hell no. And then last, I got Brentford. I just don't rate Brentford if I'm being honest. I think look, Thomas Frank is there. They play some good football, but nah. I wouldn't go to Brentford if I was Jobe. I think Crystal Palace, out of any of those teams that are going to be in the bottom half, is just a more attractive option. And with them losing their two best attacking players basically this summer, possibly because Olise's already left, we still got who's going to go on with Eze. I think he goes to Crystal Palace and he could possibly cook in the Prem. But Dortmund for me, that would be the number one option. I think for any young player, going to Dortmund would be in your best interest because they literally want to sell you. That's how they keep the lights on at Dortmund, is by selling young players. They want you to reach your full potential, or not your full potential, but they want you to progress because then they'll be able to make a profit from you. Literally, that's just how Dortmund operate. I don't rate it like that, but it is what it is. Can't knock it. Dortmund are the best club for developing young talent. So yeah, for me, that's where I'd go. Maybe he doesn't want to go there because his brother was there, and he doesn't really want the comparisons and all that. Fuck it, bro. Like, what do you care about what people say anyways? You're gonna be compared to your brother no matter where you go. So going to Dortmund should not be that big of a deal. But let me know which club you guys think should sign Jobe. And yeah, I mean, if he is in the Prem next season, then we will be seeing a lot more of him because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys do watch the championship, but not me. I don't. So if he's in the Prem, I'll tune in a lot more to see what he does, especially because now Crystal Palace are playing a good brand of football. But yeah, as I said, let me know in the comment section which club you think Jobe will end up at.